Hi guys, it's Miley, and today I'll be talking about modern slavery and why there are more people in slavery now than ever before when we have human rights. To start this video off, I'm going to say the definition of modern slavery. Modern slavery is when an individual is exploited by others for personal or commercial gain, whether tricked, forced, and even kidnapped, and at the end of the day, they lose their freedom. What is my take on modern slavery? My take on modern slavery is that it happens everywhere around us, even in places that you can't imagine it, like such as Vancouver. There has been videos of people's voices in shipping containers.
Fuck that port! There's people screaming there every night. I've heard it for myself. The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people.
I myself am going to make a promise to myself to stop purchasing off of fast fashion websites, which we will later discuss what those are and what happens and how we can stop supporting these brands, which I think are good things that need to be talked about so we can take action to stop this and so people can have their lives back. Where is modern slavery worse? Well, modern slavery is currently the worst in North Korea, and it has the highest rate on modern slavery. That is currently 49.6 million people who are stuck in slavery and have no way out. It is estimated that 50 million people were living in modern slavery on any given day in 2021, and an increase of 10 million people since 2016. Not only is this happening in North Korea, this is happening in Mexico, Los Angeles, and India, and they're not just making clothes for you to wear. They are selling their bodies, being sex trafficked, being prostituted, all for someone's personal gain so that they can make money. For the next big question, we'll be talking about a fast fashion slave. Well, what is a fast fashion slave? Well, a fast fashion slave is a woman that works in what people will now call it a sweatshop. This is in Asia. This happens literally in all the places I had previously stated. And women get sexually and physically abused. There have been times where women try to reach out to get help, but it only ends up being made fun of on social media. This happens on every single social media platform you could probably think of, where women are being belittled and made fun of when they try to ask for help. And
you know what it never was? That serious. It was never that serious.
Nobody is taking action. And most women can't even afford to feed themselves or their families, so they are forced to starve and then go into debt because of how poorly they get paid. Women get paid probably like $1 an hour for worth of like 20 hours of work, and they get minimal sleep, and these women are stuck sleeping on disgusting, dirty, feces-filled floors with germs and bacteria just so you can have some cheaper clothes, but they are putting so much hard work into it because they are being forced to and are being sexually abused and exploited, forced into child marriage even. As of 2024, they estimated the number of 12 million children that have been stuck in modern slavery or put in modern slavery. I bet children have even been born into modern slavery because of mothers and women getting raped. Now, how can we take action to stop supporting these brands? I think the most straightforward thing to say and do is stop buying the fast fashion off Shein and Temu and Romwe even. Because all these women are asking for help, nobody's stopping, everybody's making a joke, but all we have to do to stop making this issue worse is just boycott the brands and don't buy off them anymore. And then the woman will probably eventually be let out of what they're going through. What are human rights movements to stop modern slaves? Well, the human rights movements are websites or petitions, I'm sure, that you can sign to be able to boycott these places and end it. A couple websites that I have here are www.walkfree.org. And this website tells you all about modern slavery and the different types of modern slavery that happens. Another good one is freetheslaves.net, and colored people represent this foundation. And I think it is a very good educational foundation to learn off of. Thank you guys again for watching this video. I hope we can all agree that buying from fast fashion places is bad and that we need to take action and use the human rights resources that we have to stop modern slavery and start researching the places that we are buying from to make sure that they don't use modern slavery to make their clothing. Thank you. Hello, I'm back, and this is
Taylor.
And today I will be questioning her about modern slavery. So Taylor, what do you know about modern slavery?
To be honest, not much. All I know is about past history for slavery.
Okay, so basically modern slavery is when people get taken to sweatshops or they are prostituted.
Yeah.
That type of stuff, like
Okay.
sheen factories and stuff. So how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about buying fast fashion clothes when knowing about how the workers are treated?
It's very sad with my response. I haven't really thought about that when I order off of Shein. Because, well, it's cheap clothing and sometimes it's nice material. But other than that,
Would you consider not ordering off of Shein and standing up for these women and trying to take action to stop this?
Stop. With more research, of course, depending on like how they are handled and treated by,
Yes.
then of course, yes.
Typically, these women are beaten and raped and forced to sleep on disgusting floors just to make your clothes. I've bought lots of things off Shine, but once I research it, I really don't want to buy things off there.
Nope. With you saying that, neither do I. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's very horrific.
Yes.
Aggressive.
Thank you.
Of course.
Hi, my name is Miley, and this is
Claire.
Claire. How do you feel about fast fashion slavery and modern slavery in general?
I don't like it.
Would you consider stop buying off Shein and other fast fashion websites?
I don't shop off Shein, so not anymore.
Why don't you shop off Shein anymore?
Because I don't like the material.
Do you feel bad for these women?
Yeah.
And do you think that we should work together as people to make this stop and end modern slavery and prostitution?
Yeah, there's nothing we can really do about it though. That's the thing.
Well, we can try to prevent it by boycotting these places, these websites.
They've already been boycotted. And it didn't work.
Well, not enough of them, though. Sometimes I think people are very inconsiderate and don't really consider what these women are going through. That's why it doesn't work. Do you think if we signed a petition to take Shein and these other fast fashion websites down, it would work?
Probably.
Thank you. Hi, I am with Hannah, and I will be asking her about modern slavery and what she thinks about it. Hannah, what do you think about modern slavery?
I don't know.
Do you think modern slavery should stop? And what do you think about modern slavery happening with all of these human rights?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you feel about modern slavery happening in this world, even though we have human rights and resources?
I don't know. I think people are just like ignoring it, I guess.
Okay. Is that all you have to say?
Yeah.
Will you stop buying off of fast fashion websites if you already do?
I don't already.
But if you did, would you consider stopping for the women and children and possibly men too that work in these sweatshops?
Yeah, but other people probably won't.
Even though they won't, it does make a difference with you not shopping off them.
That's very inspirational.
Thank you. I am now here with
Mr. Lauren.
Mr. Lauren. How do you feel about modern slavery?
I think that modern slavery is a pervasive problem. I think that it extends to every aspect of our life. I mean, it's a huge thing all over the world. It's terrible, and it's something that is unfortunately unavoidable in the world that we live in today. You know.
Do you buy off any fast fashion websites?
No.
Would you ever consider buying off fast fashion websites if you didn't know what those women or people in general
Sure.
went through?
No, but that's because I enjoy the trying on process. So I like to try on my clothes. I don't really try. I try not to buy stuff like clothing online.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Okay. And what do you think we can do to stop this?
I don't know. I don't think that there's anything that you can do as a person. I want to say to not like use those platforms, but again, I think it's a pervasive problem. I don't think that you can have, for example, like a phone in your pocket that's not been touched by people who are enslaved. There are huge parts of the world where like all of their buildings are still built by like enslaved persons
Yeah.
all the time. So I don't think it's necessarily something that anybody can like choose to opt out of because it's so pervasive. I would say advocate for your legislative body, like the government of the province or the country, to do something about it. But I think it's something that's kind of out of our hands and is almost a condition of the human experience, albeit horrific.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Thank you, Miley.
If you guys have any questions that I didn't already cover about fast fashion slavery, I'm sure I can answer them. And thank you for watching. Bye.